For foot sites, I decided that I didn't really want to run too many tasks because I was going to get payment verification anyway. So I ran about 20 tasks for foot sites and I split my proxies evenly. Since I didn't reuse my proxies, they managed to cop me about 30 successful checkouts. Now out of these 30 successful checkouts, 20 of them got cancelled, so I only got 10 orders to stick. For Yeezy Supply, I actually wanted to go all out because I knew that cancellations were rare for them. In total, I managed to cop 45 pairs off of Yeezy Supply using Phantom and Splash Force. Wow, these look like Turtle Dove 2.0s. And I'm sure many of you know this, but Yeezy models are super comfortable to wear. Now recently, I haven't been a fan of all the colorways that the 350s have been coming out with, but the Yeezy Zions are definitely up there for me. I really like how the color is super subtle, but this dark lining in the middle attracts a lot of attention. So overall, you could be wearing the shoes with, I say, black pants and it'll look really nice. You might be able to wear it with even blue pants and make it look really good. So overall, I think this shoe is a really well-made shoe, and I really like the colors on the shoe compared to other colorways in the past. I personally don't wear Yeezys, so I'm gonna try to sell most of the pairs that I have. Well, actually, I'm gonna try to sell up to the retail cost for all 52 pairs, and then I'm gonna try to hold as many as I can because I think that these shoes will go up probably by $50 or so in a couple months. So I think that these shoes are a great hold. The total cost for 52 pairs is around $12,740. So I'm gonna try to sell that many pairs until I cover the retail cost and then keep the extra pairs to hold and sell later. As always, I wanted to really thank you guys for all the love and support that you have given the channel. We recently hit 300 subscribers in just about 3 weeks, which is totally insane, so I really wanted to thank you guys once again. I also wanted to give a huge shout out to PROXIES for sponsoring me. You guys know that I spend hundreds of dollars a month trying to find the best proxy providers in the game, and I actually have turned down a couple of smaller proxy companies who wanted to sponsor me because I couldn't really vouch for them. But with Leaf, I actually use Leaf Resis and Leaf DCs a lot, and they've been cooking for me consistently for every drop. So I was really fortunate to get sponsored by Leaf Proxies because they're really one of the best in the game. I hope you trust and believe that I only take sponsorships from companies with great success, so I won't fool you guys with companies that don't really have much success. So please don't hesitate to do any business with the companies that I always leave down in my description. Now don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. For episode 5, I'm going to be showing you guys how I managed to cop over 90 pairs of Jordan 12 University Golds. I actually maxed out all of my credit cards this time, so I'm trying my best to sell the inventory that I have from this release and the past Yeezy Zion release so that I can refill my cards for the next upcoming drops. For this release, I used BetterNikeBot sneakers and Kodai and Cybersole to bot foot sites and finishline. For BNB specifically, they updated their cookie gens so that cookies were easier to generate before the drop. Right now, cookies only last for 1 hour, so I had to get up 1 hour before the drop and gen cookies. But since the recent cookie gen update, genning cookies hasn't been a problem at all. A small thing that people don't know is that you can actually start tasks way before the drop. If you set up your task correctly and press start, then BNB will be in a waiting for product state, and from then on, the task itself will be idle until the drop happens. So you can start your task the night before, maybe like at midnight before the drop, and then wake up an hour or 30 minutes before the release to gen cookies. Cookies are only needed so that your task can enter the draw, which doesn't really happen until 7 AM of the drop, so you don't need cookies until then. Unfortunately, they seem to have filtered the Jordan 12s. I really didn't think Nike would filter this shoe because it wasn't as hyped as other drops, but they actually did, which surprised me. Judging from the bot Discord, a couple of people got multiple pairs, but overall, it seemed like entries were filtered. Hopefully for the next non-hyped releases, they don't put the filter on so that we can cop a lot of pairs. My mentality for these Jordan 12s was to cop as many pairs as I can. I came in with this mentality because I figured that this shoe would spike in price right after the release, and then once people got them in hand, the price would decrease. The same story as with the Toro 14s. Currently, that's exactly what's happening. Any sizes for this shoe will make you money. Currently, you can make around $20 through $50 depending on the size of the shoe, but overall, any pair will give you profit. I actually suggest that you sell these shoes locally, which is what I'm doing, so that you can get way more than StockX payout. In total, I managed to cop over 95 pairs of Jordan 12s in men's and grade school sizing. I don't know if you noticed during the live cop, but mid-drop, I went for grade school sizing right away because I saw that StockX prices for the grade school sizing was really good. So in the beginning, I wanted to go only for men's sizing, but in the end, I went for men's and grade school sizing. Now you're probably saying, but Ian, you probably got 95 cancels too. Well, not really. That's what I would have said too. But for some reason, I think they turned off Adyen or something because I literally got 0 cancels for foot sites. The only few cancels that I really got were from Finishline, and that's because Finishline loves canceling for random reasons. I suspect that they probably oversold pairs or something, and that's why they canceled. But either way, only a small amount of my orders were canceled. I think like 3 or 5 of them. So yes, in about a week or so, my house is gonna look like your local Foot Locker. For the upcoming drops, we have the Jordan 1 Satin Snakeskin and the Jordan 1 Tokyos. For the Jordan 1 Satin Snakeskin, I think that these shoes will do decently well. I don't think they'll resell for hundreds of dollars over retail, but I do think that they'll yield some good profits. Especially if you're copying 10, 20, or 30 pairs, then you'll definitely see some good returns. But still, I'll have to see the prices near the drop to see if I'm gonna go for these shoes or not. For the Jordan 1 Tokyos, I feel like these shoes will do extremely well. They had a special release of 2020 pairs that came in suitcases instead of shoe boxes for the sneakers release in Japan. I'm sure those pairs are going for the high right now. Depending on the stock of this shoe, I see these reselling for over $100 its retail price. I will probably be trying my best to cop as many pairs as I can of this shoe.